All right, let's start. Okay, I've been waiting to play Pioneer again, or Explorer, since I got home. So, here we are. And I have been, since I put it together, and remember how much I like casting Soaring Thought Thief and Drown in the Lock. We are playing Rogues again. I don't know if I've played it on stream, but I know I've played it before. By myself, you know. Okay, so here's what we have. We've got kind of the rogue core, at least at this point for me, of 4 Thieves Guild Enforcers, 4 Soaring Thought Thief, and 4 Fairy Mastermind. One thing I've noticed, because I haven't really played the deck a bunch since Fairy Mastermind came out, is that all the graveyard filling you do for your opponent with your rogues, this kind of offsets the fact that people are using it to fuel their own treasure cruises. When they're doing it with Croxa, that like kind of sucks, but thankfully no one's doing that. And giving them memory deluges is also not great, but you kind of take what you can get. It's still fine because you get to play 4 Drown in the Lock. And I think the borrowers are like 2 borrowers are also pretty stock, I would say. And what else do we got? We have just the black interaction here that I'm always on 4 of. 4 push, 4 Thoughtseize, then will always stay in post board. Probably cut the Thoughtseizes in aggro matchups. Fatal pushes in the matchups where there's just not a lot of creatures, like control and those things. Right now, I just have a 1-1-1 split on Spell Pierce, Cling to Dust, Shieldred's Edict. They're pretty broadly applicable. Cling is kind of nice if you're going long and you just need something to do with your mana. Also helps to be able to interact with the graveyard a bit since you're filling their graveyard so much. And a lot of the things that aren't treasure crews are usually single cards, so you can kind of cling them out. And I'd like to be on more, but I don't really know what to cut. I have three steps ahead. Because it's kind of it's kind of nice just to have like a hard counter that is independent of everything else going on, as in like the graveyard stuff with Drown, and also just not soft like Spell Pierce or anything like that. All of the spree modes are pretty nice. The catalog mode is really good to get rid of fatal pushes in matchups where they're dead or Thoughtseizes late, especially Duress. I've gotten rid of Duress late with cards like this. And making a token copy of some of your creatures is pretty good. Thought Thieves scale really well in multiples. Fairy Mastermind is pretty good in multiples. Thieves Guild Enforcer also is pretty good in multiples. Considering its sizing is just like a 3/2, it's just a Delver. Sometimes it might just be able to trade with a creature because it's Death Touch. What else are we looking at here? Not a whole lot else other than both of the Kaitos. Kaito Bane of Nightmares is the card that really got me looking forward to playing this archetype again. And it is really good. I have found this card to be very, very good. I'm still learning how to properly play with it and make my decisions with it. But all the abilities are very good. I think you should play just 4 because it's really good to have 2 going at once, because it means that you can pre-combat an ability, ninjutsu, swap them from your hand into play, comes in with 4 loyalty again, and then deals its damage. And then you can activate your new Kaito post-combat as well. It's almost like blinking a Planeswalker. And Kaito Shizuki, which is also pretty good. This card is good. It has not really had a very particularly good deck where it is the best option available. This is one that I'm pretty into it. I've been pretty satisfied with it. I don't know if a 2 of is correct, but it's pretty strong. It's more ninja. It makes ninja tokens, so this way the emblem has a little bit more text other than just buffing this Kaito. And the plus ability is just pretty solid with what's going on here. I haven't really... it's easy to protect because you get to untap with it, especially on turn 3. It's pretty easy to jam, just make a token, pass, and then it phases out. I've been pretty happy with that. And then when you're attacking, especially if you go make a ninja token, untap, attack, then you can just kind of get a card. I've been just pretty satisfied with it on the whole. If we go over here, we can look at the mana base. I was playing Restless Reef for a while, but then I saw someone was playing Mutavault, and I realized that Mutavault is both a rogue for all the rogue synergies with Thought Thief and Thieves Guild Enforcer, but also it is a ninja for the Kaito emblem benefit. So I decided to switch on to a couple of those. Your mana is not perfect, but 2 colorless lands has been not really that bad. I've got 2 of the new Verge land. I went down a basic island so I could play another copy. This replaced the Underground Rivers in my deck, more or less. We've got 4 Watery Grave, 4 Darkslick Shores, 4 Pathways, an Odawara, a Tekanuma, 2 Swamps, and a Hive, because you want to start with a black land, basically. So this way you can either Thoughtseize, push, or just hold up a Thieves Guild Enforcer, so that's why there's a few more black sources in the deck. It gets a little awkward once you hit 3 mana, because you need double blue for Brazen Bar or Hardcast, or just the cancel mode for 3 steps ahead. You can't afford too many colorless sources, that's why there's only 2 Mutavaults in the deck. There's no Field of Ruins or anything of that sort, because you do have a lot of gold cards that the colorless lands just won't cast. And we have 1 Hive. I'm opting for Hive because it's an untapped black land on turn 1, so this way we have, for our fast lands, we have Hive of the Eye Tyrant and Darkslick Shores, and they all make black. Things I would want, I had to cut my Into the Story that I had, because it's, I think the Planeswalkers just might be better. It's really tough, but I think there's matchups where Into the Story is just like, still very good, but I just don't have the slots. I think it would fight with the 3 steps ahead, and I really value being able to kind of like be a little more interactive. I kind of wish I had the second Spell Pierce again. These are like the cards that I wish I had. I wish I had second Cling to Dust, second Spell Pierce, some number of Into the Story. I don't really feel comfortable going down any further on lands. I already feel kind of iffy at 22. I could play a Agadeem's Awakening and try and buy back some creatures, but I'm not really sure about that one. What do we got on the sideboard? We have 2 in Null, which I really liked how they looked in the Phoenix sideboard this weekend, so I'm trying some here. I have 2 Aether Gust, because I think the card is generally good. It's good against some of the red aggro decks, and it's good against mono green, which I am seeing. Negates, 2 copies. Not a lot to say there. I boarded them in against Blue-White. I boarded them in against Transmogrify. Probably going to board them in other spots like Lotus Field. I have 2 Mystical Disputes. Normally I would probably only play 1 copy, but being on only a single Spell Pierce, I'm not feeling entirely comfortable with that. 2 Duresses. I like the discard in this deck, especially early. I like the information, and I think they're pretty good to just bring in a lot of spots. I think they kind of conflict with the Negates, where they kind of come in for similar matchups. I almost think maybe I should just cut a Duress and just be harder on Negate. And just be 2 Negates, 1 Duress, but we will see. I'm not opposed. I crafted a Grafdigger's Cage because I think it's pretty good for this deck. Just kind of hangs around. I have 1 Damping Sphere. I cut the other Damping Sphere just for slots. There's the second Mystical Dispute. I have 1 Hearse, so I'm kind of in this couple pieces of Graveyard Hate. I'd be down for more Hearses. And we have 2 Path of Peril. I previously had some number of Meat Hooks in here, but Path of Peril, I think, is just better at kind of hard cleaning up what's on the table. It's not really needs more mana to be good. I think this is just going to do the job better, so I'm opting for that. What else? I'm very excited to cast Kaito, or Ninjutsu in my Kaito. I think I've hardcast it once, and it hasn't been particularly good. I think you can hardcast it in the mid-range mirrors, but otherwise, I think you want to do the Ninjutsu. Yeah, I kind of just want to get started playing a little bit. Kaito, okay. Because I have a version of the deck I was playing. I played like one match with it earlier today that had more ninjas. It had Moon Circuit Hacker, which I think is good, but it's I guess a little more finicky, and I have to sacrifice a lot more interaction for it than I wasn't really into. I think if I was feeling a little more aggressive and I could cut down my interaction a little bit more, the Moon Circuit Hackers would be really good. Okay, so we're going to play first. Looks good to me. We've got we've got pretty much the dream here. We got turn 1, turn 2, and then we can put this in. So I'm gonna keep, and I have black. Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep. I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna lead on the Murkwater pathway, see what's going on, to see if I have to play Watergrave tapped. I don't really want to shock seas, go to start at 16 if they're gonna do something like that. But it looks like I'm going to be able to take their only guy, and then I'm going to be able to hold up Drown and Fairy. And I'm going to play Otawara here and pass. I can kill any 1-drop, and I can... Hello. Oh, does it? Okay, good. We're playing rogues. Okay, we plotted. And we're going to pass, and then end step I'm going to play out a Fairy. And what does he have in hand? I don't know if I can comfortably... I'm going to play the Mutavault out. And then I think I'm going to... I think I'm going to put in... because he only can have 2 actual spells. I don't think I can afford... I can attack. I don't think I can afford to play out my Kaito yet. But I think I have to... I think I can take the risk. I know too much of his hand. I got to get it on board. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to play it until like turn 5. So, pretty safely. So we're going to surveil. We're going to look for some cheap interaction like Fatal Push. And we're going to draw it. We're going to put the swamp in the graveyard. Get the push. If I die to like Slick Shot, Ancestral Anger, Ancestral Anger, Ancestral Anger, I'm just... It is what it is. Then I will know for sure how explosive the deck is. If he goes after Kaito, though, that's kind of even better. Okay. It's actually just going to happen. They're digging out of this really well. So they have 3 unknowns. They got one of the unknowns was Advantage, though, so they're just sequencing their lands correctly. And we don't know the rest of their cards. Here's probably where they decide if they want to... Oh, they're plotting another one. Okay, okay. So I think they're going to kill Kaito, and I'm going to get to Fatal Push Drown in the Lock. Because we're just going to Sorcery Speed push, and then we're going to use Drown as a counterspell on the Slick Shot. Okay, so that's kind of fine, because it got them... Ooh. That is a blue land. So I need to play... this and Shock. And then I'm going to push now so they can't use something like a Lauren's Escape or a God's Willing or something to protect. And now I get to just hold up Fairy and Drown. Because they have 3 cards in the graveyard, so I can counter the Slick Shot. Virtuoso. I will let that happen. If they go in on the Virtuoso with whatever that card is... So now I just get to play out the Fairy and continue to hold up Drown. Now if they trigger Connive on Virtuoso, I'll get a bonus card with Fairy. And this is a dual land. I will play it just in case my Fairy draws me anything. Mutavault can end up blocking. And at the end of their turn, if they do nothing, I'm going to activate the Fairy and just get up on cards a little bit. Because I think my interaction is good against them. And I am going to drown this counterspell. Because I think Slick Shot is harder to beat than Virtuoso. And I might be able to Fairy draw into some interaction for the Virtuoso. I like this. I keep counting up how many cards in this deck that I don't have. Okay, so we're going to let them copy. They're going to target. I'm going to get a card. I think if I draw a Fatal Push here, I'm really in a good spot. The trample's going to be a problem, because now I can't jump block as well. Okay, so there's my Fatal Push. I think I'm not supposed to let them have the next Connive, and I can't really take the damage, because every point I take is just going to be worse and worse. There we go. Okay, so that's what I was kind of afraid of. But I don't think I could let them resolve the rage. This is probably... Oh, so they're... I think they might just be going all in. Am I dead? I could be dead. Black. Okay, so they're discarding a lot of creatures, so I'm assuming they're either just holding a bunch of protection now. Okay, so they're going to get +2/+2 and a rage. They're going to connive. Yeah, because they've pitched dude. Make another one. Oh god, that's really bad. Alright, I think I'm just dead now because they cast one earlier. I wonder if I could have used the Otawara instead earlier, since I ended up shocking this in, holding this and using it to bounce Leyline. Probably. Okay, so this is 30 well, 28 damage, but it's almost 30. They're pretty well protected. Okay, so what are we doing here? I think this is a Gust game. Hitting the... I think it's a Path of Peril game. Clings, I'm not sure how good they are. I think I can go lower on 3 steps ahead because I don't think the game is going to get there. And I think I can go down on the Kaitos because I don't think they will ever be safe to play. This I can at least put in combat and tap down their only guy and make them have to overextend, because this is really good against just creatures that need to enter combat. I think I want to leave the Thoughtseizes in, and I might even want to bring in the Duress, because they're a deck that kind of really needs like all their pieces. I think I can cut this because it's just a little too big. And what else? Cut a single Kaito, because flooding on them is pretty tough in a matchup with this amount of speed. And this much early pressure. So we're going to see what happens now that I know what they're doing. I'm going to go first. I think this looks fine. My mana is pretty good. I can play this out and begin to just kind of accomplish stuff. And I just have some interaction. It's 2 mana interaction, which is a little rough. I think if I was on the draw, I would not keep it. Just because I can't. It's going to take me a while to double spell. But I think when I have kind of the initiative like this, it's a little better. Okay, so I can gust the Leyline. Put that on the bottom. Another reason why I'm kind of into Aether Gust right now. Hoplite, that's fine. Thieves Guild, Mill 2. Do I want to just kill the Hoplite? No, I think I'm going to gust that and get them to play a second creature. I'll just gust. And if they end up playing a second creature, I can Path of Peril them. Did they put it on top? No, okay. I was going to say, putting Leyline on top is crazy. Okay, so they played second creature. I wonder if they have a Lorenz Escape. No, okay, so they just want to die to Path of Peril. Which is fine. I will play this. I will play Path. It's crazy they didn't even hold up Lorenz Escape. They must have another one. And they're just gonna straight hardcast their Slick Shot. Wow, they're gonna play both. Okay. So I get to just kill both creatures again. So we get to sacrifice a non-token, shock, drown the other. Okay. I don't have a lot left over, but I have a Brazen Borrower. And they have 7 cards in their graveyard. I guess I will duress them. I'm assuming it's a trick. Oh, it's a land. Okay, it's fine. So now if they draw a creature, I'm just going to borrow it. If they draw a trick, they have nothing to do with it. I think I'm just going to hold. I don't think I Thoughtseize. I'll attack for 2 though. So I can still hold up the Borrower. A Swift Spear, that is fine. I'll take 1 if they try and do anything. I'll bounce it. No card for them. I have my Borrower. They can replay their Swift Spear, attack for 1. Guess I'll hold tight. Lumimancer, it's fine. I will play out my fairy. Go to my turn. I think I should have played the Brazen Borrower out and attack for 3. So I can hold up more mana. I think that was definitely a mistake for me. So I can play Enforcer Borrower now. Anger. It's fine. I get an extra card. Cool. They can attack. I will cast my Enforcer. And I think I will block Swift Spear. Only because this is a little more specific in what it requires. I'll block Swift Spear, I suppose. I don't actually know it's correct. The trample kind of sucks, but it's just the better creature. I'm taking some damage, because this is just a 0-1. Play you out. So now I have a 3-turn clock with Fairy and Borrower. Their card in hand must be really weak, so they're not really doing anything with it. Is my clock speed faster if I use Mutavault? It is. Because it means I can follow the following turn attack with the Hive. And I think I am going to use my Thoughtseize here. Because if it's a trick, it's wasted. If it's a creature, I take it and I know more. And I can clear the way to kill the Lumimancer with my push. Yeah, so I had to induce it with that. I'll go to 8. I don't think they can draw anything off the top now. Now I can end my turn. Alright, cool. So now I'm on the draw post board. So this is going to be harder. I think I'm running back the same set of cards. I don't want to have to... I mean, I do, but I'm going to have to buy the Rogues cards for Pioneer. There's no Pioneer events coming up, which is kind of a bummer because the format seems far more interesting than anything else going on. I know people are really high on Standard, but I just like a lot of the decks showing up in Pioneer at the moment. And I feel like we have another few months before it kind of contracts and homogenizes really hard. Because the format this weekend was a lot more diverse and interesting than I kind of expected. I expected a lot more Phoenix, a lot more Blue-White, a lot more Sacrifice, but there was just a lot more going on. And it was cool. Okay, so what do we got? We have some discard spells and a Pierce and just some stuff going. It looks like I can clear their hand out pretty early. And they're on a mulligan. So I can lead Swamp Seas into Duress and figure out what I'm going to do with the Grave. I think I'm going to keep this. It's a little awkward because I don't have anything to affect the board, but it's kind of nice. And the Spell Pierce is potentially good. Okay, so there's their ley line. There's double ley line. And there's a creature. Okay. And there's a Fatal Push. So I think I'm just going to bank on them having not a whole lot happening. And I'm just going to push while I have the chance. If it's double trick, I get to take both with Duress and Thoughtseize. If it was... Okay, so it looks like it was one guy. So I'm going to Duress here. Yep. Okay, so I'll leave them with this. I'm going to take the protection spells, leave them with the pump spells. Pay 2 life. Thoughtseize. God's Willing, leave them with Homestead Courage. Okay. We're going to play this out. And then I'm going to get to play Enforcer into Thought Thief. Right? There's no reason... I don't think until I draw another Gust, there's a reason for me to attack the ley lines. They have 3 cards. Play this out. Still hold up Pierce. There's an Ancestral. Go to my turn. 1. Don't have to really be impatient. I can kind of take it easy here. Next turn, I should be attacking with a full-sized rogue. End step, I can play out a Thief. Get a Thief's Code Enforcer trigger, untap, attack with both, get a Thought Thief trigger. Ooh, Spikefield Hazard. That is fine. I will still be attacking with a full Power Thief. There's a Grave. Attack. Take 2, go to 15. Next turn I'm going to be able to attack for 6. I think I'm supposed to shock here just because I'm so far ahead. And I have the interaction. I think if I was a little more iffy, it would be correct to play it tapped. So here's a Hoplite. Which is kind of annoying because my cards don't line up well against it at all. I can Gust a ley line here to try and deny them some triggers. Which I think I'm supposed to do at this point because they've found something. They're going to put that on the bottom. So this is fine. If they try and do Ancestral Anger... Okay. I'm going to use this for colorless black. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature, so you can sacrifice your hoplite. This should buy me enough time. Okay, so they're going to go to 9. And then next turn I'm going to be able to attack for 10 because the Mutavault's going to get pumped by the Thieves. And I get to hold up Spell Pierce. Okay. That was cool. RC. Okay. I guess we can talk about the RC. So, where was I? Showed up in my friend's house. He was driving. I showed up on time. The other 3 were late. Not by much, but usually I'm the one who's late. I was very punctual. But because I'm the smallest in the car, who was not driving, I still had to sit in the middle, in the back. I'm going to go first. Drive was pretty easy. Ooh, this is not bad. I'll keep this on the play. I think I'm going to lead with the lake. Yeah, drive was pretty easy. A lot shorter than I thought. I think I must have zoned out a lot during it. During the drive. Lake, go. And then we got there and started looking at side events. I could not sign up for the one that I wanted, I think. But I ended up playing another Pioneer event. And I sat down, and my opponent was on Phoenix. And he played Artist's Talent. And that card is really, really good. Good enough that I almost immediately ordered some. I ordered cards that night that I kind of wish I had for the weekend. Man, the what's his face? The talent was really good. Good enough that I want to play it in Pioneer. Or not Pioneer, Modern. And I also had it played against me in Modern on Sunday. Storm played it. Which, ooh. Alright, so far, I have a very interactive hand. My opponent has played 2 black spells off of their basic swamp, so I have minimal information. Looks like they're going to be moving to discard. Oh, I think I should cash this in for... Oh, well. I'm going to cling their cling, because I'm also kind of having a similar issue where I can't draw land. Okay, so that's fine. We're going to be going in. We still have Drown Up. Because the biggest they can cast is a 2 mana spell. I'm going to play this tapped. Still don't know what's happening. I still get to hold up Pierce, Drown, Cancel, Fatal Push to their Swamp. I wonder if it's the Slasher deck. I've played against that a couple times online. Played against it in the RC as well. The RC was pretty uneventful. I won my first round. I think I ended up like 2-1 after the 3rd round. My turn. Cool. I think I'm just going to pass here. No land to play. Very reactive hand. This is fine. Don't want to play Kaito out, but I can play Thought Thief fairly protected. Deduce. I think they need this. So I think I'm going to Spell Pierce it. Hold up Drowns and Steps still. Play 4 mana card. Alright, I'm gonna just cast this out. If they exchange with it, they exchange with it. No big deal. Cool. Fatal Push, that is fine. Okay. I think I am supposed to play that. What else? Yeah, the Pioneer side event did not go great for me on Friday. Still pretty fun. I hung out with friends basically all weekend. The RC main event did also not go very well for me. And that's, you know, still fine. I wasn't really too invested in the results. Like, we put in some work on the Auras deck. I just did not draw the proper half when I needed to. I have nothing else to do. Do I drown this? It's a divination. I think I'm supposed to drown this. I just can't let them get these divinations, especially Deduce, which is particularly good against me. I kind of want to cash in the 3 steps ahead for a catalog, but I think I want to save it and see if I can set up a they tap out for something big and I get to catalog plus counterspell. That's pretty good. I'll pass here, because now I get to deploy an enforcer. I think they're going to dig through time at some point as well. Well, just play this out. I want to draw land here. I think they know what I'm going to do with the Kaito, so they seem to be aggressively attacking my creatures. Okay, we are going to begin. I have a feeling they have Shieldred's Edict as well, where they can edict my Kaito, which would suck. However, I would aggressively drown them back. Go to damage. I think they're going to edict me. Ooh, they didn't. When things like that happen, I always think maybe they just didn't know the timing. Because now that they're letting me exit combat, I got to activate. When if they did it inside of combat. Thief is pretty good. I do want to draw a land. I will leave the Thief for next turn, draw the Takanuma to put into play. Because now I can cancel. Or play Thieves Guild, hold up Drown. Deluge. I think I'm allowed to not fight over this, so they can't untap and just jam something. Because they've missed multiple land drops, which means their hand is a bunch of spells. Okay, where was I? I lost the first 3 rounds of the Pioneer side event, and it was mostly a you have to go 5-0 kind of thing to get anything worthwhile. It was just the deck kind of not agreeing. And okay, that's fine. And what else? And I was also playing 1 land light, which was bad. However, like, because I was mulliganing a lot because I just had non-workable hands. The deck, I probably would not play it again. Actually, I know for sure I wouldn't play it again. There's a bunch of different decks I would play instead now. I would play Rogues, I would play Phoenix, I would play Incarnation, only because I think it's very powerful. I think I would play Rogues or Phoenix. Or Spirits. I saw a Spirits list, like, Friday morning, and I couldn't dig the cards out in time. It was like Spirits with Shelter by Ghosts and Curious Obsession, and had all the... Now that we have another good enchantment to put on your creatures, I think that deck looks pretty good right now. It's a shame that a lot of the new cards out of Enigmatic and Sunfall, the Wrath that a lot of people are using, cost 5, so they dodge Spellqueller. Like, I would play this in a heartbeat, though, because I just really like this deck. We're going to jam out the Thieves Guild mill. They have full information. Also, I get to do the double Kaito activation this turn. That is fine. They're exchanging this for something that I just kind of don't care. So I get to plus here. Go to combat, attack. I get to Ninjutsu. Return Kaito. Put in a fresh Kaito. Go to damage. He takes 4. And now the Kaito is new. So I can surveil. I can take 1 or both. I can leave the fairy on top. I think I want to look for permission. Fairy's really good, but I think I want mana. I have mana. I think I just want to try and draw another permission, or maybe Thoughtseize here. I don't need another creature. Ooh, Borrow is pretty nice. So I get to hold up Drown and Push. Or like, just Borrower. And I just get to do this pre-combat and make an emblem. Post-combat, draw a card. Thoughtseize. That sucks. That's fine, though. If he takes the Kaito, I can't do the trick anymore, but that's kind of okay. I kind of want to try ninjas in Modern, because you have Changeling Outcast, you have Ingenious Infiltrator, and you have Moon Circuit Hacker, which is also just very good on its own. And you have Orcish Bowmaster, which is also very good to bounce and puts 2 bodies in play, so it's even easier to kind of get in a attack. I'm not sure if you... Ooh, wow, take Borrower. Oh, they're just dead if they don't take Borrower. They're dead anyway, though, because I get to play Thought Thief, which is going to be a 2/3. This is going to pre-combat Pump. The Kaito card is so sick. Okay, so there's nothing you can do at instant speed, I don't think. And I just get to present lethal. Yeah, he's just got to keep shoving these fatal pushes into the rogues. Oh my god, this is so cool. Take it. You just get to leave for more permission? Okay, I'm just Kaito flooded. I just get to still have Drown in the lockup. What are they? Oh, Torrential Gear Hulk is just blue-black control. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, that's fine. And their Wrath, if they're playing like a blue-black control list from regionals, it means their Wrath is the Collect Evidence Wrath. And then Kaito still kills them. Okay, so what do we want here? Disputes, negates, duress. Fatal pushes looks pretty bad. Fortunately, I get to side those out because I have drowns. What else? Yeah, I gotta change this. I'm overboarding for matchups like this. So I think we're only gonna have 1 duress. I think this is a matchup where maybe I can just board out Spell Pierce. Not because it's bad, but because since the match goes so long, I think Mystical Dispute might just cover that base better. But Artist Talent in Phoenix looked crazy. They run through their deck so quickly. The other modes are pretty not as important in Phoenix for that. The cost reduction mode is like kind of nice because it makes your Picklock Pranksters and Petty Theft Adventure Side cost only 1 instead of 2. Makes your Pyroclasm cost 1 instead of 2. If you're playing that, it makes your... I think it reduces the cost of Lightning Axe if you elect to not discard. That's kind of cool. What else? I think those are the significant ones. But the first mode, the first level, you have just like another Phoenix discard outlet, which is really nice when you otherwise are kind of relying on Shredder to be your outlet, and just turning your cards that are no longer important that game in that part in the at that point in the game into real cards is really important. It lets you find your cards like Treasure Cruise and Phoenix more often, and it draws you a lot of cards for Prophetic Memory, which lets you pivot to kill them really fast. This is 1 island and 7 or 6 spells that you can't cast any of them. You need to let them, they need to play along for you to be able to use the dispute. So we're going to mulligan. This is 3 lands and some good spells. So I'm going to keep. I think I have to bottom a Kaito, which kind of sucks. Because if I get Thought Seized here, then my hand is a lot worse. Or it packs a lot less of a punch. But I get some draw steps until then. So now they have to decide if they want to take Kaito or let me Thoughtseize them. They have chosen to not let me Thoughtseize them. So I'm going to play Dark Slick. I'm going to play Clearwater Pathway out on blue. They're going to Surveil. Okay, we are going to play the Pathway on blue, and I'm going to pass. I'm assuming they have like some number of Fatal Pushes, so I don't think I'm going to run the Fairy out unless they tap out. I don't know that we have a second Pathway in Watery Grave. I'm going to hold the Otawara instead of playing it out. I think I'm going to play just like a tapped Grave. Wait to see what the Pathway needs to be later. Kaito is so good. Last game, I was able to have one Kaito in play attacking and another Kaito in hand, and I was able to just use Kaito pre-combat, ninjutsu, swap them, and then post-combat have a fresh Kaito that I was able to use the 0 ability and just surveil 2, draw a card. It's so good. I love this card already. It's been so sick. You don't get to do like the double ninjutsu too often, but when you do in some of these control matchups, it is unreal. I think I'm going to hold the Fairy instead of playing into their whatever. Because it's also not doing anything. I'm going to play the Pathway this time on black. I'm going to switch because I just have a card I want to cast. Yeah, it's so good. And every iteration, the Kaito grows, so the clock just gets faster. So it's like, yeah, I attack for 3, but then I'm attacking for 4 and then 5. After a while, it was just like, yeah, this is going to kill you on its own and turn, like, the sequence is way faster. It's also really good if they have only 1 or 2 other creatures in play, because it clears the way for itself. So it's like, minus tap that, attack, they don't block, you switch them. I'm going to just make a blue mana, and I'm going to say you can do that. And I'm going to go get this, I'm going to go get the blue one. There we go. Because the -2 ability is really good. As long as they're not too wide, it just like locks things down for turns at a time. And if you're able to do the Kaito swap sequence, you can just like start locking down the entire board. Sutex, go to my turn. And we're going to... They have sensors, so I'm going to pay 2 life here so I don't get my 3 steps ahead censored or anything like that. Yeah, this deck rocks. Like, I wish Fairy Mastermind wasn't so expensive and felt so bad to buy 4 of. Yeah, we're just kind of in this like draw-go holding pattern, but I'm fine with that. Especially now that I've been able to draw like multiple other cards. I've a bunch of other things going on now. I think they're going to attack my Clearwater Pathway. Oh no, it's just my Water Grave, duh. And we're going to make a blue mana. And I'm going to use this black mana. And I'm going to play out my fairy before they get a third mana source here. I think they just have a Fatal Push. We're going to let this happen. I'm going to go get a Swamp. That is my last basic, though. We're going to pass. Push is fine. That's 27. Was that 2021? Do I cast the Borrower here? I think I do, because the Borrower I don't really care about, and I don't think he's going to have things lying around for me to use Petty Theft. So if he wants to trade some sort of like better removal spell with the Borrower, I'm fine with that. Okay, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I would say Dispute is like kind of a premium interaction piece in this matchup. So to do that is pretty... I'm just going to shock again so I don't get censored. Because my goal here, by doing all the shocking, is that I'm able to cast 3 steps ahead with the first and second mode. I don't want them to deduce here. That's annoying. This is their main phase, so they're digging for anything, it looks like. I need them to tap out. And I actually don't know what their deck is supposed to be doing yet. Okay, Takenuma is pretty good. Because I can end step, Takenuma channel, get a fairy back, and play fairy. I'm gonna play out the Otawara, because they're going after my blue sources. Oh, yeah. It is Takashi. 20... Oh my god, I can't believe it's 2021. Draw a card, that's not an extra. That is their first card this turn. I'm gonna pass, go to their turn in my end step. I'm gonna channel. If I can draw... If I can... No, okay. I was gonna say, if I mill Kaito Shizuki, that's pretty good for me. Do I want to play out the fairy here? It's their end step. I feel pretty safe. Kind of makes them have to do something, right? Even though the something is just going to be a Fatal Push. Is Yuta what's that? Okay. I didn't realize he was a basketball player. Do I just jam Kaito here? I feel like no. I can't expose him. Cancel. I will shock again. So now he can't. So now I'm playing around Censor plus Spell Pierce. I'm playing around single Mystical Dispute. Yes, that's the phase out Planeswalker. Okay. I think I'm going to hold this to potentially catalog away. This is where I really need my into the story. My emotional support into the story. It's a lot of Fatal Pushes. Like, I can do this all day. Deluge from hand. They have 7 lands. That means they can flash it back. And I need to force them to flash it back. Because that means that they are tapping out for it because they have 7 lands, and that means I can 3 steps ahead to counter plus index. Okay, they're negating. I think they have another dispute. Deluge is still so good in this format, dude. I think I have to go for it. I don't think I'm super benefited from waiting. Okay, it immediately resolved, and I get to discard the grave. If they try to get too fancy and flashback the deluge, they kind of get punished. Because I get to drown it now. So if their plan was just flashback deluge, they probably shouldn't wait. And I get to look at their hand first with Seize. It's all wraths. Okay, so they do have deadly cover-up, so I am kind of inclined to think that this is the version that Reed Duke played at regionals. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. This is a big pain, because they can use it to completely empty their graveyard. And neuter my drown, but I think I'm going to get to cash in the drown on their memory deluge anyway. So I'm going to take the edict. And now I get to pretty safely cast out the Kaito because they can't deal with it. And I get to still hold up my drown. They have no man lands to attack and threaten it. Yeah, oops all sweepers. No wonder they haven't done anything. I'm going to surveil so I can try and find something worthwhile. Those are pretty decent. I think we're kind of past that. Are they good? I guess they're kind of good. Won't draw anything. But I will get to pay for all of their soft counter magic like this. And then I just get to drown them. I wonder if they're just going to play Meat Hook as just X equals 0. Just to have it in play. Because now that I know about it, all these look terrible. And their mana base of, I'm going to play a bunch of Field of Ruins. Looks a little mid. I don't have any of my man lands either, but... I think they're deciding if they want to use Deadly Cover-Up to just Cranial Extraction me. And we are going to attack. And then I get to 0. Thieves Guild. Dispute. I think I'm going to draw a second Dispute. Because 5, they can't pay for 2. And I'll leave the Thieves Guild on top. Yeah, Hexproof is so annoying on the Kaito for the opponent. It's so good for you, though. That's why I had to take the Shieldred's Edict, and I keep talking about Edict. Because this is like a really, really, really good way to answer Kaito. This card's really well positioned right now in the format, I think. And it's so messed up, this can just name Planeswalker, and you have to sacrifice a particular creature. Okay, so they're clinging, looking for a card, and that's fine. Cling is a really good draw for them here. Because now they can actually do something with their mana, and they have like 2 uses of Cling just kind of hanging. They're going to go blank me. Which is kind of weird. I will dispute this. And they're going to pay. And I'm going to lose the card anyway, so I'll dispute it again. And now they're just like, can't cling. No, blue black was a meta pick that Reed Duke brought to the RC this weekend. A handful, I think like a handful of the pros were just like playing blue black control because it seems like it's really good against Phoenix and really good against blue white because there's only so many ways for each deck to win the game. So the deadly cover ups are really, really good there. I'm going to use Kaito to just draw a card again. Man, once you get like a Planeswalker online, the go blanks are just terrible. They have ways to draw cards, so I think I want the fairy. I don't think I want the Thought Thief. I will draw the fairy. But I can always do something with the Thought Thief later. The three most represented decks this weekend, I think, were Blue-White Control, Blue-Red Phoenix, and Black-Red Sacrifice. Or Jund, I guess, because they splash Yigra. Okay, so they finally have a man land. And they have just nothing going on. Oh my god. So I get to just jam this out? In their end step? Are they dead? Yeah, it's all been spells. It's all been my little guys. Gotta get the game over with. But... Oh, he's clinging in response. Which is going to be really funny because if he doesn't target a creature, I'm just going to flash in the fairy. And I'm going to get a card. And it's going to be a Thought Thief. And he can't re-cling because it's on the stack. So I'm just going to get the fairy card. Very cool. I think like my worst draw here is Fatal Push. So then that resolves. Mills a Deluge. I get a draw step too. My boy, Thought Thief. He's back again. I miss Luris, but then I wouldn't be able to get to play the new cards. What are we doing now? Oh, now he wants the life. Now I get to... He has 1 mana available, so I can just try and draw as many cards as possible in party. Oh, I get to do it. I get to do the thing. Are you dead? Are you dead? I'm gonna get to... I'll play this out. I get to mill you 2, put you to 8. Everyone gets buffed. +1.
I've trained with the best.
Combat. Attack. Mill. Mill. I can Ninjutsu. 4. I didn't count. Yeah, oh yeah, he's dead. That's 16. It's so good. Okay. I can't believe I'm only at 14 out of 25 for kill 25 of your opponent's creatures. That part's unbelievable. What else happened this weekend that I saw? I played Boggles in Modern because I just decided I was going to be playing Boggles all weekend. And I wanted to bring as few cards as possible. I wish I didn't do that. But I'm glad I got the Boggles stuff out of my system. Shelter and Shard Mage's Rescue, the 2 new auras from Duskmourn, are really good. Those are actually very good. Light Pulse is also a cool card. And Pioneer's like actually super cheap. I keep looking at the prices of decks on Goldfish, and I'm just like, wow, Phoenix is just like one of the best decks, and it's $270. And then I look at the best deck in Modern, and I'm just like, oh, $1,000 for no reason. I actually don't even know Modern deck prices anymore, but I was surprised at how cool Pioneer was. Like, I was very, very, very happy. Like, I really want to play more Pioneer. I'm really mad. I'm going to keep this because we have a turn 1 Thoughtseize and our mana base is good. I was really upset that just, like, there's no more Pioneer events to play. Alright, we're going to Thoughtseize. I'm going to try and take their Eidetic Memory or their Artist Talent before they can play it. Yeah. I pulled my rings out. I'm selling them. Modern is really stinky right now, and I don't know how much it's going to get better. Like, orcs are one thing, because it's like, I've played them in every format at this point. What am I doing? What am I getting rid of? Take their Phoenix. I think I'm supposed to take Opt. No, I think I'm supposed to take Sleight of Hand, actually. No, I'm supposed to take Opt because they held open the mana. Duh. And they didn't cast it. So now I get to eat their mana. Yeah, like, I've just had... Oh, that's such a good draw. What'd they find? They're just gonna take the Opt, I think. Oh, they took the Lightning Axe? This blue and black? Okay. I'm gonna play Gloomverge Lake, because I get to play Island next and have a dual land suddenly. Yeah, I'm like pulling more cards out of my Modern collection just to sell. Yeah, duh. I can't put your Phoenix on the stack. I dare you. Having this, I think, is going to make the matchup a lot better than if I didn't, because just being able to counter a Treasure Cruise and not get blown out by the fact that their graveyard is empty for Drown. Oh. Pass attacks. Yeah, I should unsummon their adventure, huh? Island, and then I get to hold up counter spell or cancel. Okay, so they're not playing Phoenix, so they're going to try and discard it, and I'm just going to sit here and take 1. Go to my turn. I wonder if they have a Pierce. All right, they're playing super safe. Blue side. Gross. I think it's okay to counterspell this. Wish they'd let me wait a turn. Because Picklock's just so good. Yeah, Pioneer still has kind of an interaction problem where the threats are all extremely strong, and like the plays on turn 4 are still really, really good, and the interaction's not really caught up still. Like, I think this deck, part of the reason this is even like as good as it is I think there's some amount where it's like you have Lightning Axe. Pass to blockers, no blockers. Because like 5 damage instant, and it's doing something you already kind of are interested in doing, I think is just really strong. Oh, you've never seen Picklock? Picklock's super good. This card is especially good when you have Proph's Eidetic Memory going, so you get to make your flying Vigilance creature just bigger with things you're just passively doing in the deck. It's really, really good. Okay, so I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna attack. If he blocks, I get to play Fairy Mastermind and blow him out. He's going to do this regardless. No. Yeah, this is why I want another Cling in the deck. Yeah, it has Vigilance. That's cringe. Did he discard a Phoenix? Oh my god. It's just over. And then the Impulse is just going to clean up the Enforcer. Yeah, this deck like needs a second Cling in this metagame. He probably won't even cast the Impulse. I just have to, like... Oh, no, he's gonna get to impulse my blocker. Takes 7? Yeah, I need to Rip Cling here. That's not bad, but it's also not good. And I can't block, so I might as well attack. Yeah, a lot of birds. Jesus. Okay, we found the last cruise because the other ones all got milled randomly. This one's very over. But I need to kill more creatures for my quest, so I can't really give up yet. If they show me eidetic memory, I think I can give up. Yeah, he just has it all. This is why I wish I played Phoenix. Okay, bounce one, block another. Bounce. It tapped badly. Why did it tap blue blue? Why didn't it tap my Mutavault? My Mutavault can't fly. Okay. STT has flash. What's STT? Bring in Hearse, Cage, Disputes. And I think that's everything I should have. I love it. I know, isn't it fun? Isn't it cool? I'm going to take Edict because I don't think that's what the matchup is about. I'll leave in Push, though, because the Shredders do matter. Pierce, I'll leave. Oh, Soaring Thought Thief. Soaring Thought Thief has Flash, yeah. Yeah, Fairy, Thief, Enforcer, and Borrower all have Flash. Yeah, it's awesome. He's so big. I think they sideboard into stuff like... I think if I was them, I might be sideboarding into stuff like Drake, where 3 steps ahead is really good. But since I'm bringing in Dispute, and they probably know that as well, Drake is pretty vulnerable. This is like a mid-rangey matchup, but I don't know if this is a matchup where you want Kaito. They're not permission heavy, so this isn't like especially good. And flooding on it would be really bad. Borrower's also not terribly great here, so I think I'm going to cut those before I cut Kaito's, but I think I'm trying to be a little more reactive. I have to play the control game, I think, against them. So I think I'm going to go with this. Trimming a Kaito, because I think in this matchup, just drawing the second copy and being a little Kaito flooded and not having enough threats. No, I never finished it. I'm still up to date on like the published manga books, but okay, so I could go Shores, Hearse, just start eating them. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. Yeah, I'm still up to date and reading Spy Family, but I never finished the second season. It just like, you know, it didn't do much for me. I think I'm going to just jam Hearse here. If they have Spell Pierce, they have Spell Pierce. I don't like this pause. Okay. Yeah, I think I want the second Hearse and the second Cling. Now that I'm entering the Phoenix bracket since I'm winning. Yeah, I've been kind of disappointed with Spy lately. Because it doesn't feel like they're doing anything. We're going to play this. We're going to Fatal Push. I could suck them for a card by playing the Fairy first. But I don't really want to let them have like the discard outlet. They'll feed the Fairy regardless. Wow. Well, I don't. Okay, so they just like did not plan for hearse, so they're just immediately throwing it in. I don't think this is a negate matchup. That lets them kind of play this like really tight tempo game, and I don't think the non-creature spells are entirely what it's about. Like, Eidetic Memory is extremely good, but I'm going to handle that with Dispute. Yeah, what am I waiting for? I'm just always waiting for them to put the next Chainsaw Man book out. Yeah, sounds good. I'm like, I haven't watched anime since like last week. This is a little awkward because the fatal pushes require them to have something like Shredder early, but my mana looks so good that I'm not sure I can give it up. I think this hand might actually just be a trap. I think some of their better draws are like turn 2 Shredder, I have no push. I think I'm going to keep this on the draw. And my mana is just like so appealing here. So I just get to go like Hive into Darkslick Shores into, now I draw the Watery Grave. Yeah, like the Chainsaw Man movie. Is that what they keep pushing back? Oh, my mana is perfect. Can I counter that? Yeah. Yeah, put that River Glide in the graveyard. Aether Gust stays out because I just don't think it does enough. Like, it tags Crackling Drake, but the Drake just goes back on top unless it's not a good draw anymore. I just don't think enough of the cards that matter are what Aether Gust hits. Or they hit things efficiently. Because, like, I think if I had changed the equation instead of Aether Gust... hold on, I would be bringing in Change the Equation because that hits Ledger Shredder and it hits Drake. But when Gust only hits, like, Hardcast Phoenix and... because Phoenix is, like, fine to draw. They're just going to put it on top every time. Blue land... Yeah, blue land. Oh, really? I thought the last thing I heard about Chainsaw Man was they were gonna do a movie about the Bomb Girl arc. Okay, so what do they have that they're... Oh, what am I doing? They're just casting a Shredder. I can push it. Looks like they're trying to hold up Negate. Do I want to do this and give them a counterspell target? Or do I want to do it on my turn and then pass? I think I want to do it on my turn and then pass. So they don't even get to connive once. Okay, so there's... Why didn't they do that? So they were there very clearly holding up 2 mana. Which I'm just going to assume is a negate because they think I'm going to cast a Planeswalker. Or it could have been a Dispute. And now I just get to keep sitting here doing this. And I have a fairy now. That's fine. Okay, so it looks like they're full of... I'm assuming these are just red removal spells. They are cruising. They have this. I think I will play the fairy here. There's no way the fairy lives. Okay, and here's where they... So they definitely still have... I can take the bait, play into their negate, and then jam a Kaito. So if I counter... They just have negate in their hand. Do I want to stick a Kaito? Yes. I'm going to counter the Chochigurus. And if they don't have it, then they represented it and they're just not casting it. Yeah, I thought they were doing the Bomb Girl arc as a movie. So I hope they... so I can... I'm just going to pay 2 life because I get to channel Takenuma, rebuy Mastermind. And just kind of keep going about my business. I will take this Consider Bait. Ooh, tempting to take Shizuki. But I think I just want to get a creature in play so I can put the Kaito Bane of Nightmares into play. And if this Consider gets me a card... Yeah, what else? I haven't watched an anime since last week. Oh, geez. Oh, they just want a treasure token? Why? Their hand must be really good. I'm assuming this is like a Crackling Drake. Or an Eidetic Memory. What are they doing? Oh, do they have the new can't be counter... Not new, but the can't be counter Chandra? They might. That might be one of the last cards in their hand. Okay, so... I can play you out. Start clocking. Have you seen that? No, I have not seen that. It's only 1 season, so I considered watching it. I'm trying to find some new stuff to watch. And I think there was a couple that I've seen like images of on Twitter and stuff that I was gonna consider watching. I think I jam here because it's good if their last card is a Drake. Because it gets to tie it up. And otherwise, yeah, let's just do it. And we're going to plus. Because I think my hand is actually pretty decent that I don't need to surveil. Pick lock. I'm going to let them do it. They're going to pick up an opt. Consider. When is this? Is this my turn? No, it's theirs. Do we have Phoenixes? No. Okay. Opt. Okay. What are we looking for? Did they sideboard out all their ways to win? Oh, okay. I'm not going to watch Assassination Class from them if that's your your summary of the first couple things. Okay, so do I play into Mystical Dispute here? I think now that I have a Kaito on the board, I do. Just try and cancel it. Okay, there's the Dispute. That's like the new season of The Bear. I watched... okay, so we're going to not fire up the Hive into the red land. They're clearly representing something. So we are going to attack. Take 4. Post, we're going to 0. These suck. Cling is actually fine. I'll keep Cling. I'm begging for a Cling. I will Cling their Dispute. Cling the Cruise on the off chance they rebuy it. Maybe I should have hit that thing. So the Bear was really good. I really, really liked it. Season 1 is like self-contained. It's like 12 episodes. You can watch it and never watch any more, and you will have a full story. Ooh, Hardcast Bird. I think I let them do this. Shock. Another hardcast bird? Okay, cool. This is great. Because now they've tapped out. I can steps twice. Autopay. Make sure the autopay doesn't screw me up. Draw 2, discard my... land? Yeah, land. Because now we have we got the combo. Yeah, the first season of The Bear is very, very, very good. Season 2 is also pretty good, but it's not as good as season 1, but it has the best episode of season 1 and 2 in it, which is a flashback Christmas episode. And that episode is awesome. It's like really, really good. Like, it's worth watching season 1 and 2 just for that. They have like some really good like guest stars and stuff. No. I want to put a cling in. I need my cling. Season 3 had like, I think they wrote it and produced it during a writer's strike, not the writer's strike, a writer's strike, because there've been so many. And the first episode is like 30 minutes of almost no dialogue, just montages and just like random intermixing of like the previous seasons. And it filtered me so hard. I didn't finish it. I didn't watch season 3 at all. I'm just like, you know what? I think the show's done. It's fine. So that's where I was with that. Yeah, really, really bad. So I want 2 clings. Maybe I just like sideboard a Kaito. Maybe I just only play 1. Because he's like always pretty good, but I don't think I ever want to see 2 in my hand. Oh my god, the acting in The Bear is actually fantastic. Like, easily a highlight of the show. Yeah, Jeremy Allen White is like awesome in it. He's so good. It's just like watching all of the people in the show play their parts is just like great. Like, if you really like just good acting, like that's a really good show to watch. Oh, no, I don't want this terrible white card in here. Was it cleric class? Whenever you gain life, that gain that much +1? Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter? Turn target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield? Gain life? Gain more life. That means he comes in with a counter and you get 1 extra life. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so I still want 1 Pierce, 1 Edict. I think 1 Kaito is just fine. So I don't want too many Planeswalkers, even though this one acts like a creature. And I think the clings are just like a good hedge and like good air. Because they get to pretend they're think twices later. Big stonks indeed. Got my Wraths, got my 2 Hearses, because apparently that just solos the matchup. Do I bring in the Cage still next time I play? Sorry, I got distracted. There was a lot of dog sounds outside. I was playing Rogues. I usually go to try to like start getting ready for bed at like, 10, a little after 10 kind of. I start winding down. Dude, I could not stop queuing with Rogues. I just like kept going until like almost midnight. I'm going to go first. Oh, Yorian. Okay. But our mana is perfect and we get double Thoughtseize. Oh, this is so good. Is Extinction Advantage just bad now? I thought it used to be okay. No, it's fine. I saw people playing it this weekend. I played against it in my last round. I played against Rakdos Transmog in my last round for my win-in for day 2. And my opponent had multiple Extinction events. His approach to just like creature decks was just like, he's going to try and wrath you to death. Because he boarded in like 3, he post-board had like 3 Hitotsugus and 3 Extinction events. So it's just the fact that Extinction event primarily before was to hit the creatures with death triggers out of mono green, and mono green is less of a presence in the metagame. So it just naturally shows up less. And like Rakdos midrange is not really anything anymore. What do we got? I can attack for 3. There's no reason to hold anything up. What do we got? Nothing that draws cards, so I can pretty safely just get in for 3. 4 actually, because of the thief. Cool. Oh, this is enigmatic. Enigmatic with fires, which most of the decks have moved away from fires. Do I just attack? Attack into this? Trade off my guy? Get another guy? I think so. I think I'm supposed to do that. Because the race is in my favor. Yeah, I kind of thought they would block. Then I get a 2-2. And then I get to hold up everything? Yeah. I don't even know what a Yorion deck in Modern would look like right now if it was unbanned tomorrow. Beanstalk, that sucks. Have you seen the Overlords with Up the Beanstalk? It's like all it's like forces and 0 mana cards except for a Pioneer power level. It's so annoying. Okay, so what do I do here? I guess I get in for 2? Bounce the token on my hand, or do I just like pass and hold up a bunch of stuff? I don't think I'm supposed to put the Kaito in play yet by conceding my token. I'm surprised the blue one doesn't see more play. Because right now it's like the green one and the black one see the most play. The green one in this deck and the green one in pretty much any of the Up the Beanstalk Modern decks or Pioneer decks. Black one is showing up in like Greasefang. And what do we do with that? I think I'm just supposed to cancel that. Just hope they've got nothing else going on. Attack for 2. Same thing. Hold up some other stuff. Yeah, but all the Overlords are really, really good. They were really hot this weekend. It was really difficult to find them. The black one was in Greasefang, and the black one's showing up in Modern, which is kind of interesting. Okay, yeah, it looks like he's getting ready to ruin my day. I think the fairy's gonna get... Ooh, Helix, not binding. So I think I have so few targets for Fatal Push in this matchup, I am supposed to Fatal Push here to maintain my clock. Ugh. This is what I mean when I don't want to get Kaito flooded. I think this time I have to ninjutsu and just kind of like start trying to do something meaningful. And I have to surveil into... Get a land. Draw a borrower next turn. Where does that get me? The binding is probably going to swap out exiling my Kaito, but that's fine. Because that means I can ninjutsu another one in. Do I want to draw a borrower next turn? I think no. But I do want to land. Ugh. I hate that card. I don't even think it's very good. I think a lot of the enigmatic decks that are actually good just don't have fires anymore. Because now he's cast all his spells, but he gets to blink out the fires and... Oh, he doesn't want to swap the binding. That's crazy. Oh, because he's just going to get lost it. Okay. Alright, so he's going to get a card. He's going to get basic. So I can drown the Yorian. Or I can tap it down with Kaito. I think I'm supposed to just stick the Kaito. Tap the Yorian. So then I get to like kind of continue doing my thing. Dude, you got to look up some of the enigmatic incarnation decks from the RC this weekend. There's so many different builds that are like a different base color. Cringe. Now it's done. Now I think the game is over. Slam another. Lock this down. What does this do? 2 life, 2 cards, 2 life, 2 damage, 2/2. And that activates for 7. He has well over 7. I'll save time. Yeah, it's really good. So what are we going to bring in here? This one, I think, is a Aether Gust matchup, and this is one of the matchups I have a null for. Do I want Duress? I think so. They play a lot of things on the board, though, so it's pretty easy for Duress to turn dead, but I think they just have so many cards in hand. They just... I don't think this is a Borrower matchup. I think it's almost explicitly a bad Borrower matchup. I think this might be a pretty poor Cling matchup. But it's a worse Fatal Push matchup. And I can leave 1 Borrower in. Ooh, is it a good Negate matchup? No. I don't think so. Is a Negate better than a Borrower? I think no. Yeah, you gotta look. Like, there's a bunch of different ways people are building the Incarnation decks. Like, some of them are like... They're more like green-white focused. Some of them are more like bug focused. Like there was like a bug build that came out of the weekend where you used the black early removal. Ugh, gross. Somehow worse. Looks like we're going to 5 and praying. I think I just have to draw land. Blue. Yeah, 60 card out there is just so bad. I think there's an RCQ on Sunday that I'm driving out there for. But like, it just doesn't, it does not look good. And I feel like if people give it a shot, Pioneer could like take off because it seems better than it's been in a while. Wow, I can't believe I got my Thought Thief Mystical disputed. Oh, it's over. Oh no. Did I have like a little bit of garlic earlier today? And all I can do is just smell like faint wafts of garlic. Not again. I'm just struggling over here. I'm just struggling over here getting pyroblasted. And I have like nothing going on. I got... Oh god. I guess I'll Spell Pierce this. Please don't Mystical Dispute me again. He left the Zigoth Triome up too. It could have happened. Beza's awesome. That card is actually so sick. Yeah, Beza rules. It's like they keep cranking the dial up on timely reinforcements because before it was just like life and guys, and then they did the Midnight Hunt one, which also gets you a card if you have fewer cards. which because your spell's on the stack, like most of the time you are on fewer cards. And then they added Beza, and it's like the body is bigger, and then they added the land clause as well. So now it's like, yeah, if they're ramping as well, you just get like stuff. You just like get what you want. Oh, I should have brought Mystical Dispute in because I forgot Yorion is blue. Come on. Come on. You gonna do that? You're just gonna play your giant man. Man, I can't do anything with these drowns. Yeah, can I? Yeah, I gotta stop getting disputed. And now he's got a dog. This is the worst. Ugh. I think this one's. I don't think this is a good matchup. Believe it or not. I actually think the deck lists that have... Oh man, I just killed the legendary creature when he has Yorion in his hand. I'm never gonna get to play a card on my turn. I'm gonna get disputed when he goes for the Yorion. And I cancel it, and I'm gonna get disputed. I think the Incarnation decks are better with fewer one-ofs and more just, like, only good cards. Like, I think there's some really good one-ofs. Like, I've heard the Atrax is a really good one-of. I think the Titan of Industry is probably still a good one-of. Oh, he's playing around Dispute. Too bad I have cancel. Elish Norn is a good one-of, because I know that one's really important for the mirror. I'm going to die to 3-3. I'm going to die to 5-mana 3-3. Do I jam Kaito and just assume he has nothing going on? Can I win the game if I don't? I know. At the Pro Tour Thunder Junction, they called it Cryptic Command. Here, it's just cancel. Oh. I didn't even get to phase out. But I got a 1-1. No blocks. Looks like he's flooding really bad. That's kind of weird. He's just going to start hardcasting Overlords now and ruin my life. Or that. I guess that counts. I didn't look at the semis list. It's probably very good. Because I think a lot of the good lists did make day 2 and had like very good records at the end of the week. Or end of the weekend. Alright, so he got a Get Lost. He got a land. He got a Hole. He got a Binding. He got a Supreme Verdict. I don't even know if this is Incarnation. This might just be like Fires. I haven't seen any Incarnations. Alright, so here we are. We are going to... The worst part is, like, I have the Annul in my hand. And he just plays the Hole afterwards. Not that I would have annulled the Hole, because that's not what it's here for. But, like, man... I don't think this matchup's good. Chat, I don't think this matchup is good. The 7/7 Lifelink Vigilance Flying Death Touch. It's got all that going on too. Running out of water. Chat. How have I not done this quest already? Annul my Hole, I know. So I think he... Yeah, so he has enough enchantments. Because usually, like, the Incarnation deck, like, it has a bunch of enchantments, but it's not, like, overloaded on enchantments. Because you still want to be able to, like, play a normal card, or a normal game. So it's, like, Beanstalk, Binding, the World Tree card, Fable. Man, I don't want to do this again. All right. This hand is okay, though. The cling is a little embarrassing. I'm going to keep... Yeah, I know. I keep getting disputed. Don't remind me. I don't want to play against Incarnation again. Oh, man. What is this? Might be it. I think it's like Jeskai. More Jeskai focus. Oh, it's creativity. Okay. It's creativity with Yorion instead of this, unless this is just one of their Incarnation targets. Take one. Oh, I don't want to counter this. Fine. Oh, I like that art. Limber rocks. Sunfall. Yeah, this might just be red-white mess. Red-white boys. I can play Thought Thief, go entirely shields down. I don't think I should do that, though. Because otherwise he just, like, sticks Fable and I'm dead. When I can just, like, untap and attack with 3 rogues next turn. I need more cheap rogues. Is Tyrant even good? Yeah, Tyrant's actually good. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Yeah, Tyrant is actually good. I have Tyrant creativity built. It's like red-white base and just has Tyrants as the target. Pass to attacks, yeah. Do I like push this because there's never going to be a better target? Or do I cling? I think I push it. Because it's never getting better. Take 6. I'm going to shock because I can cling into a cancel. Gain 2 life. You're going to go to 13. I get to play this. Put this to 5, 3, 11. I'm like 2 damage short. Carnage Tyrant is actually good in that format, though. How many cards are in his graveyard? 10. I'm going to cling his Fable. Attempting to draw a counterspell. That is fine. It's actually not that bad. I'm gonna get 6 damage in. He gets to block with his guy. Kinda lame. Yeah, Carnage Tyrant is actually good in that format, though. That's not necessarily getting baited. So he's going to trade off, so he doesn't need the treasure, because he has the plains in his hand. But if I get Wrathed, I'm kind of messed up anyway. I like Tyrant creativity because I like the the Pioneer creativity decks. I also like creativity in Tyrant. I've been like trying to do that since the summertime. I would not purchase the deck unless like Pioneer is actually kicking up in the area. Then I would. That sucks. So I can take him to 1. If I draw a Thought Thief, he's dead. That's not a Thought Thief. I will shock this in. No. Yeah, do not. I do not recommend spending that much on any rotating format. Pioneer feels a little bit more here to stay than Okay, cool. Then a lot of what else is going on. Okay, so what are we bringing in? Duress, negate. Because we think they're on creativity. Red, white, Yori, and creativity. Do I want a null? No. Do I want gust? I think I want gust. And I think the fatal pushes are pretty bad. And I think I can trim a cling because it doesn't seem fantastic. I don't want to see more than one a game. At all. Yeah, this is the thing is I think Pioneer, like the upfront investment is like, so like, it's kind of awkward because Modern has the benefit of, I think this hand is okay. I think it's easy to draw a third land and just be good. Like Modern has issues where, not issues, but the benefit of like, when you buy the mana bases and if you buy just like a bunch of shocks and all the fetches, like you can play almost anything. I think that is a big benefit to the format. I'm just going to run this out. That Pioneer doesn't have, because Pioneer, it's like the mana bases for every deck look totally different. I'm going to attempt to eat their torch and draw a card, and if I don't, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. But it's like the mana base for like a red-white deck, like the creativity deck versus the rogues deck versus the Is It deck, the Phoenix deck, is completely different. I have to pass here. And I'm going to discard Kaito because I don't think that's how I win. I think at this point I have to cheese him out with Thieves Guild Enforcer. That's really cringe. I wish he wouldn't play this.
I've learned much during my travels.
So I'm going to let him make his guy. And then I'm going to still keep trying to go to my cleanup and discard my little ninja. And I think he's going to like play land, make another token, and try and just like attack my creativity for 2 tokens and just like blow me out. And it's gonna work because I have nothing going on. Yeah, I think it's good to know what you like. Make it stop. Make it stop. This card is awesome, by the way, if you haven't read this card. Please don't. So I'm gonna bounce the token he targeted. Great. Okay, so I'm gonna Thoughtseize him and try and not instantly die. Is this just like a red-white control? No, we saw the Tyrants. Oh my god, he's got another Emperor. Guess I'll take Sunfall. Just level it up. Just go to level 4. Just make it stop. Just put me down. Put me down. It's okay. We got 7 cards in hand. We're not discarding the hand size this time. Oh, it's a 4/4. I forgot. Okay. Okay, boss. I'm so bad. Why didn't I flash in the fairy? We're so far gone. Nice lands. I know. I picked them myself, all 2. Okay. Okay, I think this might actually be a good annul matchup because I forgot they have Caretaker's Talent too to go with the Fable. So I think I want that. I think Kaito's a little better on the play. I think Gust might actually be a trap because I think the cards that matter the most are white. And this, I was more thinking about cards like Big Score and the creativities, but I think I can just answer creativity myself with Negate. Yeah. So we're going to do that. We're going to bring in the annuls. Because I do think Caretaker's Talent and Fable are extremely important. Dingo. Better not be the actual one. I'll be upset. Especially if Mikey's stream sniping me. That would be so rude. Wow, do I keep Grave Mutavault and just hope to draw a land off the top again? I'm gonna do it. It can only happen so many times. And I have Pierce. I don't think I would do this if I... Oh man, it's happening again. Not again. Not again. Chat. Chat. Can you put a land here? Like a which one would I even want? I guess Dark Slick. Alright, so now I'm gonna get Lightning Helixed. So I just gotta get something going. It's happening again. It's okay because they're gonna tap out for Fable here, and I'm gonna Spell Pierce it, and we're gonna feel good. Oh no. We did it. We are so back. Oh, I forgot I had a Kaito in my hand. Do I just jam? We're so back. We're doing it. I'm gonna get a card just so I can have something. I'm gonna... Oh man. I don't think I'm getting the Kaito. Dude, I think he's gonna get lost my Kaito. I want both cards, but I want to have a backup Kaito. But I also want to hit a land. I'm gonna leave the Kaito on top. I'm gonna draw it. That's a land. This one right here. What if they helix your guy as you ninjutsu? So part of the cost of ninjutsu is returning a creature to your hand. So they can't. They have to do it before you go to blocks. Okay, so fortunately Kaito doesn't use the graveyard. Unfortunately, a lot of my other creatures do. So they got a plains, but I get to keep doing the Kaito thing. So now we are entering go bananas mode. I probably should have actually surveilled there to try and guarantee I hit a land. So we're already kind of goofing. Go to blocks. This is where you do the ninjutsu. Return Kaito. Put in Kaito. Take 4. I get to 0. Ooh, Thoughtseize. So I'm going to hold up Spell Pierce, and I'm going to leave the Seize on top, because I'm going to try and get him with a Pierce. Man, what do I discard? I guess it's like Enforcer, because she kind of sucks, but she's cheap to put into play. But I got the Kaito thing going. Maybe I discard Thought Thief? No, she flies. I'll discard Thief. So Kaito... I can bounce the wall. Wait, I've looked it up before for a Eureka player. Wait, it's wrong in Arena. No, activating ninjutsu abilities from... paying the ninjutsu cost you do two things. You reveal the ninja, and you return the creature to your hand. Okay, so here's the get lost I was expecting, which sucks. That's why we left the Kaito on top. It's kind of interesting, because I think they had that for a while, but I'm assuming they just prioritized rest in peace and birth more. And we're going to draw Thoughtseize for the info. Right? That sucks. So I have to hold up Spell Pierce forever. I'm going to take Emperor. Because I'm going to use the Duress here. Sunfall's so expensive, I think I'm going to be able to like pierce / negate it. Now that my plan is just play a Thought Thief at some point. Yes, you can stifle ninjutsu and take everything from them. Oh, that's right, Yorian. Okay, so I should... Okay, so I can steps that. I was going to say, maybe I should have saved a Thoughtseize for that. That's kind of a bummer, but that's my fault. Yes, it sucks. Wall's not going to attack me. They're all non-creature lands. Gloomverge Lake. Okay, so we're finally in a good spot. Or we're finally in a spot that I can trick myself into believing is good. And we have Kaito, which is really the important thing. Okay, so they have Fountain Port. That's really bad for me. Hey man, I'll put a land into play every turn. I'll be able to take actions. I need my emotional support into the story again. That card is so good. Found the pocket. What will he do? Because he can use Fountain Port, make a treasure, and then use Torch the Tower to sacrifice and actually deal 3 to the Thought Thief. Go to my turn. Come on, I want to land. So we're going to attack. If they let me go to blocks... I wonder if I pass priority, I can induce them to cast the torch and use Kaito to dodge it. Like, I know I can do that, but I wonder if they'll take it. I think I just have to get this down, and I'm going to tap correctly. I'm going to use this. I'm going to make black here. Because if they destroy my water grave and my island, can't do it. Okay. Take 4. Because I need to get a... I want to surveil a land. Darkslick's not going to cut it. Odawara is going to unfortunately have to. But that's okay. Because now I can hold up cancel. God, Sunfall's so bad against Kaito. What is Fountain Port? I know. Auto Tapper wanted to sabotage me. Fountain Port is like if they took Mirex and made it better and instead turned it into Trading Post. So it's a land that makes colorless, but then you can also pay 2 and tap it to sacrifice a token, and you draw a card. Or you can pay 3 and tap it, pay a life, make a fish, or 4 and tap it, make a treasure. It's extremely good. Okay, so they're gonna get lost that. What happens when they do? They get to play Yorian and blink nothing? I can't spell pierce, but I can negate this because their Sunfall also just does nothing at all. So I will negate this. Also, I know their entire hand. Like, they could just, like, jam Yori in here. It just doesn't matter. They can torch, but it's only going to put Kaito to 1. Okay, so they're just going to play a Yorian on borderline nothing. That's nuts. Because now if I get to go to my turn, I can just tie down Yorian with the Kaito. Sure. Okay, so we're going to... I think we're just going to play out the blue side. We're going to tie that down. If they torch the Kaito, I get to 3 steps.
I've got them pinned. Press the attack.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, because people were really into Murex in Standard. Like, it was showing up in Pioneer, and like I don't think it was showing up in Modern. Maybe like in Hardened Scales in some amount, just because like one colorless land is like, I think you just have a spot that's like your favorite. But like, oh, okay, so Port can start making fish to put things on the table, but his life is so low that he might not be able to do that reasonably. Okay. Oh, he's gonna play the Chandra. This might be big Chandra, which would be really, really bad for me. The Uncounterable Emblem one. That one was started going for like, I think $20. Yeah, the hexproof is so bad for everybody else. It's so bad. You like have to do it at sorcery speed. It's like Teferi, but less obnoxious. Yeah, here's the Chandra. This is going really for a lot of money on the floor. I think I can kill him though, because I just have so many flyers. So I can let this happen, not fight this battle over Chandra shooting Kaito. So like, what do you do here? I think you're supposed to just minus X, -2. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, now let's run away.
2 attacks. Alright, so I'm going to play my Thief. Then I'm going to play my Fairy. I'm going to tap correctly. Auto Tapper's really got it out for me. And then I can play out... and play out Borrower. And then he's going to Torch. I think I should have played Borrower, not Fairy, so I could hold up Spell Pierce. I think I messed that up. Or at least I could hold up steps. I can use maps to push Fairy out of Torch range and hold my Borrower. Okay. So we are going to do this. Map on Fairy. I think they're going to do it, yeah. Okay, that's fine. I can commit that. I can also steps... No, I can't do that. I just have to let this happen. Can't resolve the exploration. I'm going to animate Mutavault and hide this map counter on him. Why are you buffed? Why are you a 3/3? Oh, he's a ninja! 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 He's We're gonna bounce the wall so we can kill the Chandra? Oh, that's right. It was a successful exploration. So that means you get to go there. That's right, I forgot. I think the Thought Thief is going to be a victim of the Sunfall, but the Mutavault, I think, will just get me there. Oh my god. This deck is so sick. I'm like... I really didn't want to buy more cards because I've been buying cards all weekend. But holy crap, I gotta buy this deck again. It's so cool. And he doesn't even want a Sunfall, so this has to be removal. Okay, so we're gonna use Otawara. We're gonna animate. Go to combat. Oh, he can make a fish. Okay. It's so good. Okay, he's gonna make a fish. He's gonna pay a life. That's right, I forgot it costs a life. Not free. Gonna make tax. Better pray I don't have a Kaito in my hand. You only block one. Okay. Oh my god. No, that's illegal. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to hold up all the mana for Spell Pierce. Fine, you can have it. Oh, he's gonna tuck the Sunfall? Oh, no way. I mean, I guess I don't have a guy now. It's good for him to do that. So I can 3 steps make a copy of Mutavault. I don't think I'm there yet because I think I want to establish the Kaito. Blue, blue, black, post, Kaito, draw a card. I can make a token.
I'll do it myself.
So it's unblockable, and he tucked the thing. I have enough mana for 1 cancel. I think I'm supposed to just create a threat.
I've got all kinds of connections.
Because I can still only cast 1 cancel here. 1 counterspell. The Pierce is effectively dead. This is unblockable. This is actually 2-turn clock. So the Yorion can attack me, put me to 12, can't kill Kaito, can't block the ninja. 3 steps now can make a ninja token copy instead of a Mutavault. So this way it kind of pseudo protects my unblockable 2/2. Yeah, I need more of this guy. I don't know. This guy's been good every time. It's just he looks weak. Okay, so we're gonna Indomitable Creativity. So I guess I'm supposed to just cancel here. Otherwise, it's going to get 2 dinosaurs. He might have a dinosaur stuck in his hand. Okay, so he thinks he can block. This doesn't do anything. We're going to go to combat. I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack for 2. I know what I said. Thoughtseize. It's tough because the slots are just so tight in this deck, it feels like, because I like so many of these cards, like having access to them. Alright, so we're going to Thoughtseize, take his land, or take the Sunfall that he drew after he put it on the bottom. Unless it just automatically hides it, because the decision is concealed. I have no idea. We're going to end. Yorian is... This has to draw a card. He has to be sacrificing the treasure here to draw a card because he's just got to get something. If Yorian attacks, he's dead. Cool. That was a really good set of games. I don't know if the decision is public. It's like, in paper, you know because you watch them put the card, but I don't actually think the decision is public. It's not like when you put cards onto the bottom of your deck with Terminus, where everybody gets to know the order. I think it's more like Brainstorm, where it's like you don't know what cards they put back. And any information you have from that, like in that scenario where it's like only one card and you're going to know if you're playing against the person, I don't think you get it. I don't know. It's really tough. I just find it hard to believe that they would bottom a Sunfall and draw a Sunfall. But that easily could happen, because I can't imagine keeping Sunfall in that scenario. Sir, this is a private decision. You're not allowed in here. You can't be in here with me. It's like voting. Okay, so I'm just gonna save my gold. All right, hold on. Coach is putting you back in. Yeah, it's crazy. This card is like the worst card to read, but in practice, it plays out the best. It's insane. It's actually crazy. But I don't know what to cut because I want my Pierce and I want my Edict. And I want these Clings. It's like and I haven't been unimpressed by Steps. Like Steps has been good. Sir, this is supposed to be a private decision. I would like it if you just closed your eyes real quick. I don't know. This is really difficult. I guess Edict has been like kind of medium. It hasn't been like completely incredible, but it's not going to be. It's a 2-mana black removal spell. They're never incredible. No, I like putting my lands into play. And I'm on 22. I'm already down a land from when I was playing the other night. So it's like I'm not cutting the boys. I can't cut the gang. Borrower's in the gang. And it's like I can't play only 2-mana like interaction spells. I gotta have like some things that are cheap. I wish I could just play 4 Mishra's Bauble. Maybe I can just like, I don't know. I don't want to cut a Spell Pierce. I don't want to cut an Edict. We're just gonna have to think. I thought also maybe I'm supposed to just like sideboard the second Kaito because I have cut it in some of the matchups like aggro. And maybe I'm just supposed to use my sideboard more as like additional copies of the good cards. It's like medium, but it's also like kind of good. I don't know. This actually might be the weak link. But it's just difficult to determine because it's the type of card that's never going to be like super impressive. We'll cut it. So, because I also don't want to be like too interaction light. It's kind of a 50-50. 14 guys. Yeah, so it's 18 pieces of interaction. I guess 20. Because Brazen Bar was like the in-between. Like your interaction. Kaito kind of is too. Not so much. And he's just like an engine. He just chills. And I think this is good. Not perfect, but good. Mana base probably needs a little bit of work. Also not sure. I like the land. Like, I like my utility lands. Like these spell lands. And then my guys. So then I don't think you can really improve the mana base too much. Because these turn on the Verge. And the Verge is only so bad because it's just untapped blue source. I know. Dude, he's so good. This actually like best man land they've ever made. Oh my god. Holy crap. I wish there was a Rogue Ninja, or that they bundled Rogue and or batched Rogue and Ninja together more than just like in Silver Fur Master. Because it's like, I think it's Dash. Yeah, this is the only time I think they've batched ninjas and rogues together outside of like Outlaw. But, and I think he does too little to be considered. Like, this makes Kaito Bane of Nightmares a 2-mana planeswalker when you're ninjutsuing him in. But I don't know if that's, I'm pretty sure that isn't worth it. Lord for rogues, though, is pretty strong. But he's cool because he makes mana. I think Satoru is a ninja rogue as well. Not this one, the outlaw one. The one people got really excited about. Yeah, he's a ninja rogue. But he only would trigger in this deck off of Bane of Nightmares, because I don't have any other good ninjas. There's like Moon Circuit Hackers still, but like I don't think we can afford to play that card. But this does get both benefits. Yeah, 2-minute 2/2 just Lord is really not gonna be getting you here. Getting you there in this. If it gave evasion, I think you could do it. I would have to craft this guy too. I think I'm happy with this. Hopefully I can find like another land that does something that makes color. But as for now, I think this is fine. This is a little iffy. This is like the iffiest part of the deck because there's so many gold cards. Like having a colorless source is like really kind of tough at times. Menace isn't nothing. He has Menace. Silver Fur Master doesn't give anything. 2-minute 2/3 Menace is like not bad. I would need to be able to do more with it. The only other spell land I think I could put in the deck is like Agadeem's Awakening. And then that could get back Enforcer, Borrower, and then one of the two-mana guys. There's also a card from Bloomburrow that might be a rare. Because I wanted to put one of those in the sideboard. He is a rat. He is a rat, rogue, and he's kind of like... He's kind of like a Kalitas. Vren. Oh, he's a regular rare. I don't want to use my last wild card on that. But this guy is pretty cool. We're Screeping Tar Pit, I know. Well, I caught Restless Reef, the new Tar Pit, from my deck because, like, in favor of Mutavault. And I was like, at first I was like, you know, Restless is pretty good, but entering tapped all the time was a little bit too much of a cost, and activating for 4 was really hard. Mutavault is always so easy to slip into your rotation on what you're doing. And getting all the tribal synergies really kind of set it apart for me. Glasspool Mimic is also not good. Yeah, that card is really, unfortunately, not very good. Friend the Relentless, though, is like... Board that in against Sacrifice. I don't know if they can beat this card. Or Sink. Yeah, Sink. Let me play with Sink. I'll be fine. It'll be okay, I promise. But yeah, this guy I think is really good, possibly against Sacrifice and also against Phoenix. Because it's like, I'm going to be killing all their creatures, and He begins to create snowballing rats. He's really good against Mayhem Devil because he has ward. He's 4 toughness baseline. I would put one of those in the sideboard. Also, I want to play Notion Thief because it's on here now. Because it was on the bonus sheet for Outlaws? I think so. So I want like one Notion Thief because I really like it, and one Vren because I think it might be good. Did he have a... No, where's he at? Get out of here. Did he have a... Oh, he did. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know how good Notion Thief actually is, but I just really like it. But what else? Oh, that's a rogue? I don't think that's good enough, but it's cool. Yeah, I need like one more good rogue. Like I keep asking for just one more good rogue. Then I think we're good. Oh, like one more land I could play would be like Cavern of Souls. Name rogue with it. I don't think that's good. It's not really what the games are about, but I guess it's on the table. I think it's pretty bad. Because I don't want to replace any lands with a Cavern. Especially when I'm already complaining about colorless. But this is probably where I'm going to stop for the night. So, thanks for hanging and watching while I get to relive pre-Modern Horizons 2 rogues. And enjoy the Kaito looping. It's so good. And rediscover how good Mutavault is. Just hanging out, just here. She's just always here. So I will be back again later. I don't know, maybe another time this week and I'll play Phoenix instead. Or maybe I'll just keep playing rogues. Can't keep me away. So I will... Yeah, thanks for stopping in. I'll talk to you soon. Maybe I'll see you this weekend. Have a good night.